Welcome to this year's season about roe deer hunting. My goal is to make different episodes and chase roe deer all over Europe. But to kick it off, I'm in a place that's very close to my heart because this is an area where my mom's side of the family is from. It's called Sauerland and it's in the center of Germany. It's a pretty hilly area where we have a lot of forest, so it's a pretty nice area. Hunting wise, it's going to be interesting. I have 4 days for this hunt. A couple mornings and a couple evenings, so I'm gonna go out and try to find some roe deer. For the first evening sit, I chose this spot down here at that pasture overlooking the valley, and it looked very promising. As always with hunting, of course the buck didn't appear in the pasture in front of me, but right behind my stand. So there was only one thing to do, and that's changing spots. So I headed for this high seat on the back. From the new stand, the first animal that came into view was not the buck I'm looking for, but this young red stag that came out about 200 meters from the stand. After the stag left, things happened very quickly, and this young buck came out in a little opening and I had to take a quick shot. Unfortunately, there was no time to set up the camera in this situation, but I could take a shot. For the morning of the second day, I chose the same spot I had been the evening before, but unfortunately there were no deer in sight. Because I'm expecting pretty big distances at this hunt, I brought out the spotter. So I have it here with me on the high seat, and I have it on the mini tripod so that it's stable and I can adjust it to the layout I have here. And on the back at the moment it's without the phone. I have the all-in system. So this is a system to mount the phone right on the back of the spotter. I have this magnetic ring and then the phone case for my iPhone. So I can come on here and film either horizontal or I can also go vertical and then have a good view and hopefully capture some good footage. It's the second evening out here. In the morning it was not much going on, so I didn't bother. It was pretty cold though for the middle of May. It was negative, so that was pretty interesting. But now we have a new spot. We're looking up a hill that is very open. So I brought the spotter out to have extra eyes, and I'm glassing. This is gonna be a waiting game. There is a hiking trail here as well, so I think the deer are used to human activity, but I think they're gonna come out pretty late, so I'm gonna see what I can find. Finding the deer proved to be very tough. You can see this doe here, she has a fawn with her, but you can just barely see her in the trees. This is the third day of the hunt. I'm at the same spot I was yesterday, and it's been a pretty eventful morning. Unfortunately, no luck with the roe deer so far, but I had red deer and wild boar here, just around my seat, and the boar, they came up to like, I don't know, between 15 and 20 meters maybe, and I could watch them for about 20 minutes, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, on the roe deer it's very weird here that this whole area doesn't seem to hold any deer. I saw one doe yesterday with a fawn, but no bucks and also no other deer, which is pretty weird for such a big and open area. They have everything here. They have food, they have cover. Maybe it's a little bit too much cover because there's a lot of young trees just up the hill from here where they could hide. But I brought the spotter out, I brought the Binos, so I should have been able to find them if they're here. But it really looks like there's not much going on. So watching the boar was super cool because they were just grazing on the pasture
and couldn't be bothered by anything. The evening sit on this day was pretty difficult. It was raining super hard, so the deer didn't really want to move. But then at last the rain stopped and it looked pretty good. So this young red deer came out. But still no roe deer, so I had to put all my hope in the last morning. This is the last morning I have out here, so I really hope that I could find another roebuck. But in the last days, I really haven't seen too many of them, so it's gonna be a little bit difficult, I guess. Almost like I had expected, there were no roebucks out this morning, but I was lucky to have a lot of red deer. There were 4 young stags, all in the 2 to 3 year old category, like this little guy here, that were spending some time in the opening and feeding on the young trees. Then there was this little spiker here and one hind that you can see in the background, still super pregnant. So she'll be only a couple days away from giving birth. This last morning sit concludes my hunt. It was a very cool 4 days of hunting here. I could take my buck on the first evening, so that was great. And then I had the wild boar and also the red deer super close. So that was awesome sightings.